Many people do not understand why or how other people become addicted to drugs. It is often mistakenly assumed that drug abusers lack moral principles or willpower and that they could stop using drugs simply by choosing to change their behavior. In reality, drug addiction is a complex disease, and quieting takes more than good intentions or a strong will. In fact, because drugs change the brain in ways that foster compulsive drug abuse. Quieting is difficult, even for those who are ready to do so. Through scientific advances, we know more about how drugs work in the brain than ever, and we also know that drug addiction can be successfully treated to help people stop abusing drugs and lead productive lives. Drug abuse and addiction have negative consequences for individuals and for society. Estimates of the total overall cost of substance abuse in the United States, including productivity and health and crime-related costs, exceed 600 billion annually. This includes approximately 193 billion from illicit drugs, 193 billion for tobacco, and 225 billion for alcohol. As exaggerating and these numbers are, they do not fully describe the breadth or destructive public health and safety implications of drug abuse and addiction, such as family disintegration, loss of employment, failure in school, domestic violence, and child abuse.
Some drugs have a similar structure to chemical messengers, called neurotransmitters, which are naturally produced by the brain. This similarity allows the drugs that fall the brain receptor and activate server cells to send abnormal messages. Other drugs, such as cocaine or methamphetamine, can cause the nerve cells to release abnormally large amounts of natural neurotransmitter or to prevent no
Why do some people become addicted while others do not? No single factor can predict whether a person will become addicted to drugs. Risks for addiction is influenced by combination of factors that include individual biology, social environment, and age or stage of development. The more risk factors an individual has, the greater the chance that taking drugs can lead to addiction. For example, biology. The genes that people are born with, in combination with environment influence, account for about half of state addiction, vulnerability, addiction, gender, and siren, and the presence of other mental disorders might influence risks for drug abuse and addiction.
The result is a brain awash in dopamine, a neurotransmitter present in the brain regions that control movement, emotion, motivation, and feelings of pressure. The overstimulation of this reward system, which normally responds to natural behaviors linked to survival, hating, spending time with loved ones, etc., produces europic effect in responsible to psychoactive drugs. This
Prevention is the key. Drug addiction is a preventive disease. Results from NIDA funded region have shown that prevention programs involving families, schools, communities, and the media are effective in reducing drug abuse. Although many events and cultural factors affect drug abuse trends, when you perceive drug abuse as harmful, they reduce the drug thinking.
As a person continues to abuse drugs, the brain adapts to the overwhelming surge in dopamine by producing less dopamine or by reducing the number of dopamine receptors in the reward circuit. The result is a lessening of dopamine's impact on the reward circuit, which reduces the abuser's ability to enjoy not only the drug but also other events in life that previously brought pleasures. This decrease complex to addict person to keep abusing drugs in an attempt to bring the dopamine function back to normal, but no large amounts of the drug are required to achieve the same dopamine high, an effect known as tolerance. Ya, no se pone. No lo puedo pausar. Ale, sigue grabando y no lo puedo pausar.
Porque lo bloqueaste.
Se bloqueó.
Thus, education and outreach are key in helping youth and general public understand the risks of drug abuse. Teachers, parents, and medical and public health professionals must keep sending the message, and drug addiction can be prevented if one never abuse drugs.